They say every land carries a story, but Tangier carries a legend so old the sea still whispers it. A legend about a man stronger than mountains and a moment that reshaped the world. This is the story of Hercules and the day he pushed Africa away from Europe. Before Tangier existed as we know it, the world was one connected mass. No Mediterranean, no Atlantic passage, just a colossal land that stretched endlessly. And somewhere in that ancient world lived Antaeus, a giant whose power came from the earth itself. Every time he touched the ground, he became stronger, unbeatable. Hercules, on his legendary 12 labors, was ordered to pass through this land. But Antaeus stood in his way, ruling the region around Tangier with brute force, daring anyone to challenge him. No man could defeat him, except one who understood the logic behind his power. Hercules realized that as long as Antaeus stood on the earth, he was immortal. So he did the unthinkable. He lifted him off the ground, holding him in the air while the giant thrashed like a storm. And in that suspended moment, Hercules crushed him. The land trembled, the winds shifted, and the silence that followed was the kind that changes worlds. But the story doesn't end with victory. Hercules continued his journey, heading toward what is now the Strait of Gibraltar. And here, the myth takes a deep breath. The coastline was blocked by a massive mountain range, Atlassian stone that trapped the Atlantic from the Mediterranean. No passage, no opening, just one solid wall of earth. But Hercules needed to cross, and he wasn't the type to walk around obstacles. He was the kind who redefined geography, so he pressed his hands against the mountains, one against Africa, one against Europe. He inhaled the breath of a god and pushed. The mountains split like a cracked bone. The seas roared into the opening. Water rushed in to fill the womb between continents. Africa pulled slightly south, Europe leaned north, and the world gained the passage we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. On one side, he left Jebel Musa, the Moroccan pillar of Hercules. On the other side, Gibraltar, its twin. Two guardians standing eternally apart, holding the memory of the push that changed the world.